The entire team at Emsolation want to acknowledge that we are gathered on the traditional lands of the Wurundjeri people. We want to recognise that we are recording and telling our stories on the stolen land of our country's first storytellers. We wish to pay our respects to all Wurundjeri elders and ancestors, and to extend that respect to any First Nations peoples who listen to Emsolation. We recognise Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples' continued connection to the land and waters of this country, and acknowledge that sovereignty was never ceded. Always was, always will be.
M. Rusciano.
M, it's dry.
And Michael Lucas.
And my mum wouldn't do a political coup via manipulation. Well,
This is Emsolation.
Everywhere, everyone.
That's
It's a hose, the fire hose of sex.
oh my God, okay.
You're in Emsolation.
Well, hello there and welcome to Emsolation. My name is Em Rusciano. I'm a writer, a singer, a stand-up comedian, a maximalist power queen, a neurodivergent magic brain and a podcaster. And together with my best friend since I was 11, award-winning screenwriter Mr. Michael Lucas, I bring you this podcast every Thursday. How are you? I'm just going to say it's a more low-key, calmer affair this week. No diarrhea. No poo talk. There has been somewhat of a theme over the past few weeks, and I just feel like we just need to bring it back down again so we can rise, so we can crescendo once more. But don't worry, at some point I do call one of the Jonas brothers so we don't completely go boring and conservative. I'm really upset with Joe Jonas. For those of you who follow me on Instagram, I've already gone off about it, but I'm very upset with his behaviour. We also talk about Britney Spears' new boyfriend and the parade of red flags that have presented themselves about this man. Scott's car was stolen. We talk about that. Newsreader Season 2 is out in the wild. I spent Friday night with Michael Lucas's mother, Jo, and I had some stories to tell. Don't you worry about that. On the other front, there's going to be an exciting announcement in next week's show. Ben's laughing. Which I kind of give away at the end of this episode, so worth listening all the way to the end. I can't tell you what it is. I can't say anything about it because, don't worry, I do at the end of the episode, but we're officially announcing it next week. And I wanted to remind you all to make sure that you vote for us in the Australian Podcasting Awards. If you can, it's free. It takes 1 second. You just need an email. Send it out to all your contacts. Get them to vote for us. Don't tell them what it is. Just tell them to vote. Emsolation, that's your favourite podcast. What other housekeeping have I got, Ben? There was something else. Was there something else? Oh, if you are an Emsolation Extra subscriber, make sure you're on the close friends list on Instagram. Ben is now disintegrating in his chair because he's about to get thousands of messages. But we do have a little private feed with Michael and I, and you get your own special little stories and stuff. And also make sure you're following us on Instagram. If you listen to the podcast, you can join the Facebook group. God, it's all the things. It's all the housekeeping. I'm just sitting here thinking about anything else I have to tell you. No, thanks for being here. And, why do I feel so, when you can't grab on to your thoughts and they're just floating around your head like a meteor storm? My hands are trying to grasp onto a thought so I can say something to you that's meaningful, but it's just I cannot grab on. Morning Wars 3 came out today. I'm going to be watching that. I'm watching Glow Up. What else am I watching? Can't think. I've convinced my daughters to start a podcast called The Smut Sisters. More on that when they actually sit down and record it. That's it. Oh, this intro is not going to happen. I'm going to have to start again. Oh, I can't settle into this. I'm not proud of this intro, Ben. I can't settle into it. Fine isn't good enough for the Emsolators. Play the music. Play the music.
M. Rusciano and Michael Lucas. This is Emsolation.
You know what I realised? My scales in my bathroom have been broken for at least a year.
In which direction, though? What are they? Are they telling you you're way less or way more? Not that it matters.
Way more.
Oh, okay.
So this whole time I thought I was 75 kilos, but
Yeah.
I'm not. In fact, I'm 70.
I could have probably told you that because I'm only like 76 kilos and clearly I am more substantial than you are.
No, I would say we're of a similar weight. I'm meaty.
I'm taller than you.
That doesn't matter.
Well, I think you'll find that it just means there's more of my body.
No, taller people aren't necessarily heavier.
Aren't they?
No. Stretchied out.
Well,
No, but I'm also nuggety. Muscle weighs more than anything else.
What are you saying?
You have no muscle? Is that a surprise to you? I'm sorry, you're about to go and enter Mr. Universe. Sorry, should I stop you? You're about to go do some lifting at the gym.
Maybe I was. I do lift weights, I'll have you know.
Do you? I don't know any weightlifters that say that sentence. I do lift weights, I'll have you know.
I do.
Do you know
They're
what they say?
relatively simple hand weights, but still.
What do you mean you lift weights? This intrigues me.
Yeah,
Where?
no, I do. I own them in my house. I've got a kettlebell. I don't know why you think it's so funny. And hand weights.
One kettlebell. I
Yeah,
wish
no, I've
people
got
could
like
see.
a full routine.
He did hand weights like he's Olivia Newton-John.
Hi, gay.
I actually have a whole routine and I did it all the time I was overseas too.
Can you please film a Michael Lucas
I can if
exercise?
you want me to. It's my physio made it for me.
And I bet you're is it like this stupid yoga you used to make me wait for you to do? Fucking yoga routine. He's like, the only other person more dedicated to their yoga routine is my mother.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't. I've got yoga. Let's get started. The Newsreader is out in the world, season 2. It's been 15 years in the making.
It feels like it.
How are you feeling?
Tired. But, well, of course. Not helped by the fact I was out till like 4:30 a.m. on the night of the premiere. I'm still
Wow.
low. Let's just say that at 44, you can't pull a night like that
Wow.
and recover before Wednesday.
I'm glad you bring opening night up because, as we discussed in last week's episode, it was the season 2 launch on
Yes.
Friday night. And as predicted, I did say I was looking forward to being in the company of your mother
Yes.
because your mother always delivers the entertainment. For me, she's probably the most entertaining human on the planet. And I also know which keys to turn and buttons to push
yeah.
to get her
It's terrifying.
to 10 out of 10.
I can't imagine why it makes me anxious.
And the second she got in the car, she was fucking on.
Yeah.
It was so magnificent. Like, it was just so... She sat in the front seat. She got herself in. She looked incredible, amazing. And Chella and I were in the back seat and Scott was driving. And so straight away she's chatting with Scott because your mum loves a handsome man.
Oh, she does.
Your mum loves to chat. So she was chatting away with Scott. And then I just was throwing out topics that are not suitable for me to bring up in a recorded situation.
Okay.
Because I love you and
Yeah.
that's for the best. But I know
Finding the most complicated parts of our histories, our families, and just tossing them out.
like bombs.
Yeah.
And she was whacking them out. And then her friend Di got in.
Yeah.
And her and Di together, when
Yeah.
you chuck in a certain few names, because they've known each other for so long. Oh,
Yeah.
it was just like, it was like an Australian ab fab. I'm not joking.
Yeah, yeah, I believe it. That's the petri dish that I developed in.
And she kept saying, I don't know why I'm coming. I don't even know why I'm going. Do I need to go? I've watched it. I've seen it.
She hasn't seen it. It was the first time she saw it.
She said that she'd already watched it.
She's delusional.
And then we get there and she said it again. And then she proceeded to say that to the star of your show, to Sam.
Really? Did
Reid.
she? Okay.
Yes.
All right.
I don't know why I'm here.
Yeah, right, yeah. No, well,
But the highlight for me, so we get there and you know what was great? And like I said to you, all the actors and writers, Doris Unane was there, not in the show. Kat Stewart was there, not in the show.
Yeah.
Like there were all these people there. It was a room full of, it was such a low-key, high-profile room. Like we were in a tiny little corner of Acme and we walk into the room and classic ABC, and your mother discovered this. So we walk into the room, we're all starving, the food was beautiful, but there were no spoons to put the dips on the plate. And Doris come up, she's like, how am I supposed to put the dip on my plate? There's no spoons. What do they want me to use, my hands? And so while I'm there, I feel this cold little hand clutch my arm. And I turn around and it's your mum. And she says, it's dry.
it's true. Well, it was past 6 p.m. there and she would have, I mean, my mum is a 5 o'clock on the dot. Like the gin and tonic is ready so that it can meet her lips at 5 p.m. So to get all the way to probably by that stage 6:30.
It was.
Yeah.
She was bereft.
Yeah.
And the way she just said, and she knew that I was the person to come to. And it was the smaller, and your mother's rarely a woman of few words, but there's it's dry.
I know, she was so agreed. And the hilarious thing is I tried to say to her, Mum, look, it's the ABC. They're taxpayer funded. Do you really think taxpayer money should go towards your gin? And she did.
Absolutely.
She's paid a lot of taxes in her life.
So I had to find a bar. And I went walked across the other side of the kind of complex. I found 2 gins for her and her friend Di. I took them back over, and they clutched them from me like it was mother's milk, like it was their life force. And she sucked it down. And then she was standing around. I was just watching her kind of work the room. I was just my whole entertainment.
The hilarious thing about my mum is she's always like, "What am I doing? What am I doing?" She gets there, and then she just wants to meet everyone and becomes like the social butterfly unfurls.
Oh. I'm Michael's mother. Yes, the writer.
Oh yeah, she's walked away like she's having dinner with Doris, and she's like she's set all these things up.
Well, it was brilliant. So we all went in, and episode 1 aired of season 2.
And the big screen.
It was a very big screen,
It was
Michael
huge.
Lucas.
And I was right in the corner looking at it. I've never seen those faces so big.
It was huge. You did your Q&A.
Yeah.
How are you feeling? You introduced it first.
I did.
Just thank everyone for coming tonight. I mean, when you make TV, you kind of never anticipate that it's going to be screened on the big screen in front of a completely full audience like this, and it's a real thrill, and we're delighted.
It was a tough room. You had some good gags. I gave you laughs.
Thank you.
But I feel like it was a tough room.
Well, no, I wasn't worried about that until now. Now I'm looking back going, did I die?
No, well, I mean, I wouldn't have been happy if I was a comic up there.
Well, I'm not.
No, but what I'm saying is it was a good level of gag and the audience were a bit shit. Not you.
Right,
Not
okay.
You were great.
And then Emma Freeman made just a little suggestion with a twinkle in her eye. She said, maybe we could just hear the host say, "Please thank the Tony Bartuccio dancers." And, Joe produced Dance Academy, and, I'm gay, so she knew in.
Yeah, thanks.
So you got up there, it all screened. I was watching everyone and seeing how the jokes were landing and how everything was being taken in.
Yeah.
And then it finishes, we did a Q&A.
Yeah.
And we leave and we go to the kind of after drinks.
Yeah.
And then the greatest moment of both our lives happens, and you missed it when I introduced Marg Downey to Joe Lucas.
I know. Mark Downey plays the manipulative Evelyn Walters on the show.
Helen's been promoted as this woman of gravitas. She's far from that. Think what we know about her. And from what I hear, that's the tip of the iceberg. You've maintained a dignified silence. It's time the truth about her emerged.
So your mum goes up to Marg and says, "Well, you're quite a bitch." and then Marg goes, "Well, Emma's just telling me some of Evelyn is based on you." And then Joe goes, "Oh!" And I said, "Well, Joe, it's true." I felt like I was just watching you on the screen. And then your mum says, "Well, Em, it takes a savage bitch to know one, doesn't it?" And I'm like, "Yes, it does."
Good call.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
So
My mum did that night. She was going, "I loved every outfit Marg wore in the show. All of those jackets.
And
all of those
scarves.
jackets. The houndstooth.
And brooches.
Yeah.
It was all your mother. You fucking devil. You have
Look,
it is your she.
My mum is a lot more lovely
Kind
than that
and-
character.
no,
And
no.
my mum wouldn't do a political coup via manipulation. Well, no.
She'd think about it. No, I'm talking about, because you've kind of made Marg's character Evelyn Ursula. She's like the Disney villainess.
Yes.
And I said that to Marg. I said, "You're my favourite character now," because all the Disney villains,
Yeah.
any cartoon I ever
Yeah.
watch, I gravitate toward the villain.
Yeah.
And she loved that. But when we were saying Evelyn is your mum, it's all the best camp.
Yeah.
Not
yeah.
the awful,
no, exactly.
mean. No.
She's not going to destroy people's lives. But, yeah. The thing that kills me is sometimes when Marg plays Evelyn, she swishes a little gin and tonic as she sits in her armchair, and that's really alarming. Like right from the first season, it's always been like, because it's not like that's a note I gave. Maybe Evelyn should have a gin and tonic and sit there in her big coat swishing. That was just something that evolved with the director and actor. But yeah, look,
And your mother then brings up, you of course have been to my house. You filmed the
Oh,
Catherine.
yes.
So explain the link, the weird link between Mark Downey.
This is so weird.
It's so weird.
It's so weird.
Do it.
So you remember that Marg played the counsellor, the hippie counsellor in Kath and Kim, and strangely, when they made the Kath and Kim movie, Kath and Kim Dorella, they needed a bigger location. And so for Marg Downey's house, they picked the family home that I grew up in, that my dad built, because it was mud brick in Eltham. It looked like a hippie home. And so they went out and filmed there, and it was a nude counselling session.
Marion, my fear of flying is coming between me and Kath. I need your help, Marion. I'm desperate.
I think it stems from a deep sexual problem that we need to explore together.
Really, I don't think so.
Trust me, Kel. You're in good hands.
Think your kimono's come loose, Marion?
Yes.
My mum was there all day. She had lunch with the cast and crew.
She loved it.
It was delightful. I remember she didn't want to do it. She was like, I got a message in the letterbox. A film production want to come and use my house. And I was like, Mum, you've got to do it because I ask this of people all the time. So, you've got to put out good karma. I bet she had the best time.
Oh, mate. And she was able to bring that up.
Mark would have known, right? Mark, yeah.
No, she didn't.
Oh.
She'd forgotten. So it was just this glorious, I'm like, I'm witnessing something that should be filmed. Wow. And I was just so enamored with these two women. And then I spoke to Mark and I was able to say to her, you don't fast forward. Like, you just... And then I found out that she's on the podcast, on the companion podcast, the Newsreader, she does the Yarn event, the intro of the podcast each week. There will be spoilers.
No, she does that as Evelyn.
Listen, darling, there is something you should know. There may be curse words ahead. Oh, and by the way, there are absolutely spoilers ahead. So if you haven't watched the episode yet, be careful.
But later
that
on,
was his Yana.
No, that's Evelyn. But then later she does Yana. Don't worry, you'll hear it when you.
I can't wait.
I know.
I can't wait.
The sad thing is, it's a bit promo now. But the SBS lady was also my other favourite.
And now we continue our fascinating evening of viewing on SBS with David Crapon's movie of the week. It's a sexy thriller from Denmark set in the cheese factories of Copenhagen. Betty Blue Vein. Really hot stuff.
Is it probo?
Well, because Marg is very white, and I think probably you wouldn't pull that one out. It's gone the way of Con the Fruiterer, but at the time,
As an ethnic person,
I can hardly wait for that one.
I can hardly wait. I cannot contain myself.
Yeah, I know. As an ethnic person,
As
you're
an ethnic
giving it your
person,
stamp
She's
of
invited to the
approval.
barbecue. It's fine.
I know. It's such a thrill. We love Marg to death.
So, are you happy with how it's all landed?
Yeah, no, I was braced I was not looking forward to the reviews because I feel like with second season people are primed to say, oh, it's lost it.
Yeah.
Not as good.
Sophomore album.
And also because your first season, no one comes in with expectations, so you can sort of surprise them. With second season, they come in with expectations, but no, it's great. There's this reviewer that I sort of have this weird, I want to pretend like I don't care, but I care.
Oh my God.
And his name is Luke Buckmaster, and I can't believe I said his name, but he's in The Guardian. And he always, he's very hard to predict which way he's going to go. And he gave a good review to the first season, but he said that it was a bit toothless, and it stuck with me. I spent all of this time just sitting there going,
You screenshotted it and sent it to me.
Yes, but he has come back saying the second season steps it up and has real bite. And I was like, yes! I got there. Still didn't give it a perfect 5 stars, but it was great.
So I live.
Yeah, I pretended as though I wasn't going to read every single article that was written and check every single review. But the funny thing is ABC Publicity sends you it all. They send you all the scans. So even if you don't want to, you just sit there reading it all. But thankfully, it's all good.
I would not be okay if you said that and they were like, hey, do you want a minute-to-minute update on the iView ratings? And you're like, no. I just want them at the end of the week.
Yes, and I do get daily updates on the iView meetings. Yes,
how's it going?
Good, really good.
So we landed at 3 what?
Yes, 3. I don't know, 3:30.
3:30 on Monday, which is matching with Sunday night, 60 Minutes. You were up
it's
there.
It's fine.
It was great.
Yeah. Oh no, it's okay. But for drama, it's not about.
No.
For drama, it's about what you get to.
Where are we at today?
Oh, no, I don't know. They don't give me numbers. They just tell me it's the number one thing on iView and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, beating Bluey? Yes.
I don't know about that.
Well,
I don't know.
If
I don't
you're
know.
number one on iView.
Must be. Anyway, we find out in a week. I know, it's weird. I hate that it all boils down to numbers, but it does.
No, you don't hate it.
I do hate it.
You're an overachiever. You like to know. You
Well,
like to be
because there's
measured.
other circumstances, like when you're with the other streamers.
Yeah,
They
you
just
don't know.
You don't tell you anything. And I quite like it. It's like, oh, well, can't worry about it. I hope someone's watching. Just leave it at that.
But then how do you know what to charge? Because
You don't. That's the
That's the
problem.
problem.
And that's what a lot of the strike is about.
Correct.
You don't know where you stand.
I'm so happy for you. And I mean, I got to have a lot of interaction with Sam, who plays Dale, at the after drinks. And
He was the stayer, as was I.
you were out till 4
He
a.m.
and I. Yeah, look.
with Sam, with the interview. But he's also been filming Interview with the Vampire, so he's a nighttime person now because he just shoots during the night.
In Prague, a long time ago. It's been off for a while.
I feel like his body clock would be up for
Maybe.
it. He's also, younger than us. But what I loved was I didn't know his dedication to the following that he has. While we were there, a fan of
know.
his gave him a vial of perfume that smelled like the graveyard from, I want to say Prague. And she'd made that up and came to find him to deliver him this vial of perfume that he had in his breast pocket with a handwritten note. And for most people, a bit creepy. For Sam, he was like, I really appreciate it. He's so earnest. I really appreciate it. And this is why we do what we do. And I was looking at him waiting for a...
No, he's
No.
very sincere. He takes it very
so
seriously.
sincere. He loves the fans. He loves the fact that they give him, because when he said, oh, a fan gave me a vial of, I said, blood. And he was like, he looked at me like, no. I'm like, don't look at me like that's not feasible. You're a fucking sexy vampire. Like, it could be a thing.
It could be.
I didn't bring it up. You told me not to. I didn't bring up Interview with the Vampire and the nude sex floating. I didn't bring it up.
Do you want congratulations
Yes.
for not going up to a person?
I wanted to.
Okay.
I wanted to say how
Don't.
often
You don't need to say it
I
now.
think about
okay.
that
Yep.
scene.
Okay. We know what you're
It's a
talking
great
about.
scene.
It's a good scene. It's a good series. It's an excellent performance.
Oh my God, he's so uncomfortable. Even now, I'm not like, Sam's not going to listen to this, but I'm only saying good things. Anyway, he's excellent. And also, I don't know what's happened, but he's 1,000,000% hotter than season 1. There's
Really?
something, I think because I viewed him through the eyes of Lestat on Interview with the Vampire. I think because I've seen him in the period costumes.
Well,
and
the character is a bit more confident. That might
the
be it.
character's very sexy.
Put that on my account, thank you. And 2 more for us. And another round for the musicians, whatever they want. Ils sont toujours obligés.
You see what you
Sexual.
think? I don't think that's ever been said about Dale, but I'm glad if you feel it.
No, not Dale, Lestat. Dale is whatever the opposite of sexy is.
Wait, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Dale's just confused.
He's
Dale's
confused.
just worried,
Inhibited.
anxious, yes, blocked. Whereas Lestat's the opposite of blocked. He's free flowing. He's just spurting his sexy all over, everywhere, everyone.
That's
It's a
okay.
hose, the fire hose of
Oh
sex.
my God. Okay.
And I think after watching Sam play Lestat, now when I view Dale, Lestat
You-
is
you-
tinging
oh,
my,
okay.
I've got Lestat lenses on as I look at Sam and I'm going, ooh. And he's also a bit more chiseled. He's also a bit more, because
Yes.
a bit more meaty.
Yes.
He's doing weights like you, not your regime though.
Oh. You don't know.
Anyway, I'm really happy for you.
What
that
a
it's out
night.
there. It was
Thanks.
a great night.
It was a great night.
And you did well.
It's a great night. I'm so glad it's over. No, I'm not. I did have a great time. It was really good.
It was
really
good.
good. It was also one of those nights where I could not have, until 1 o'clock in the morning, I failed to have a sustained conversation with anyone.
You were meerkatting anxiously.
Meerkatting. Yes.
Head was turning. When I was talking to you, I felt like I had to clap in front of you like, focus.
I know.
And I did. I said, what do you need? And you're like, I need photos.
I know. I failed to take, you thank God you took some.
Well,
Anyway.
hasn't one, can we talk about that one photo? It's
What?
gone bunter.
Yeah. Oh, just this because it's Sam Reid.
No, but like you're now officially in the fandom. You're in the fandom. You'll be added to all the fan fiction.
I'll be.
Oh, my evil laugh. Well, anyway, all's well that ends well. Keep watching it. Do the iView downloads. Even if you're not watching it, just go download it.
Yes, it's the first drama series to be in HD on iView, which only tech nerds would be excited
He's
about.
looking at the James in the
Sorry,
room.
yeah,
our
yeah,
tech.
yeah. So
our
it's crisp.
videographer. Every line, every shoulder pad, every Tony Bartuccio dancer looking
That's right.
extraordinary. I have a few little things I want to touch on. First of all, I want to tell you. I mean, you already know, but not everyone knows. Scott Barrow, my husband's car was stolen. Now, I've never had a stolen car scenario in my life.
Touch wood,
Touch
nor
wood.
have I.
Touch the woods. Touch all the wood. Don't have any wood to touch. You're not a car guy, though.
No.
No. Like the one
Spent
car.
huge swathes of my life with no car.
Yeah, nah, that's fine. So Scott was sitting next to me and he's like, my credit card's been drained. And I was like, what? What do you mean? what is it? And he's like, it's McDonald's and what if. They bought a lot of what ifs, which is like a travel website. I don't understand. I don't understand how that works.
Maybe they knew that website you didn't need to put in your security code or something.
I don't know, but they drained his account of all the cash very quickly. And I'm like, where's your wallet? And he goes, it's in my car. And I said, but your car's getting serviced. And he's like, yeah. And I said, where's your car? And he goes, I don't know. And then just as we're having this conversation, his phone rings and it's the police. So the car dealership that are servicing his car, and it's a big car company, it's quite reputable. They were broken into and Scott's car was there, at a service centre. The keys are just hanging on the side of the base. So they just obviously pressed all the security buttons just to see which car opened. But what they did was they very graciously took out the car seat, took out Scott's bike helmet, took out Scott's bike pump, took out all his bike clothes.
Oh, that's nice.
Just put it all in the floor. So he took his favourite weird Ralph Lauren parka that he's had for years. It's like rainbow technicoloured that's very off-brand for Scott, but he still loves it.
Yeah.
They dumped all that on the ground. They just took his card.
Yep.
And they used his car to steal tyres and a whole bunch of stuff. And so we're going, oh, my God, what do we do? I don't even know. I don't know what to do. It was so weird. It was so wild. And so he went, now he's driving like a hire car, but now the car has been found. And I'm like, well, what happens now? Like, is it a crime scene? I don't even know what happens. So the car was found only 200 metres up the road from the dealership.
And in what condition?
We don't know. We don't have any information yet.
I need to go back to he left his wallet in the car when he got it stolen. Yeah. Now, when he took it in for a service, I should say, was that intentional?
Yeah.
It was intentional.
Yeah.
He just thought, I'm not going to need it till I come pick up the car, so I'll just leave it right here.
Mm-hmm. I know.
There's that. Yeah, right.
know.
That's okay. It's very Scott.
Yep.
It's like it's a relaxed ease with the world, which I respect on one hand, but also fear.
Mate, the running joke is, the beige flag of my husband is that he's just unbothered.
Yeah.
So we're sitting there. I'm running around like a headless chook. I'm like, okay, log into your Vic Roads, log into your comeback, call them, block this, do this, Like I went into ADHD, zombie apocalypse.
Well, and also
problem solving.
you had fresh experience with a wallet loss.
Totally. I know we've both lost our wallet in a week. And so he's sitting there and he's like, and I'm like, I'm really sorry your car got stolen. He goes, I don't care. It's just annoying. I'm like, oh my God, you are toxically stoic. I'm sorry. Nothing, just unbothered. Like, he'll come home and he'll drop like, oh yeah, Dave's divorcing Sally. I'm like, oh my God, why? I don't know, I didn't ask. Like that kind of shit. He got home the other day and he's like, Mitch is changing jobs, something happened. I go, where's he going to? I don't know. Why is he leaving? I don't know, I didn't ask. Like, it's like, what?
It could also be the secret of your longevity.
Maybe. But when
he's
the police,
like the alkaline to your...
Because the police call him and he gets at the phone and be like, oh my God, what happened? He goes, I don't know, they stole my car. I'm like, but how? Like, it was packed in a shop and it was locked, and how they know it was your car, and what was the situation and what's next? He goes, I don't know, they said they let me know. They gave me a number. They gave me a case number. I'm like, but how did they get in? Like, was it an inside job? And he's like, I don't know, I didn't ask. It's like, what do you mean you didn't ask? I don't know if this is if anyone is listening to me and their partner is the same, but there's something. Scott just doesn't ask unnecessary questions. Scott just doesn't ask questions.
Necessary questions, yeah.
But my dad, so I ring my dad because my dad loves this shit, and he goes, because I rang him on a Saturday night, so he picks up with, what's wrong? Like me. And I go, Scott's car's been stolen. He goes, what, from your place? And I go, nah, from the dealership. He's like, what? And then my dad goes straight away, inside job. Straight away. I'm like, no, Dad, it's not. Like, they know it's not. It's a thing that they've been tracked. And he's like, nah, I'm telling you, one of those mechanics. I'm telling you. I'm like, no, Dad. But my dad, the full thing, nah, I've heard of this. I've heard of this. I've seen this on YouTube. It's what they do. I'm
YouTube.
like, oh my God, the boomers and the YouTubes. So my dad's still convinced, inside job. So he dropped Scott off there the other day to pick up another car, and Scott said he was eyeballing everyone in the shop. Like, Dad was just looking at him. And then
I think your dad could be terrifying if he had the right sort of energy behind him. He's small.
Like saying a Jack Russell could be terrifying.
He is small, but there's something about him that's efficient in a way that could be terrifying.
It's true. Also a person who doesn't ask any necessary questions. None.
Right.
No, my dad never has more information on anything.
Just takes action.
I don't know. Didn't ask. Okay, mate. So that was the wild thing that went on in my life. And so I don't even know. We're just waiting to see what happens with the car now. It's a bit crazy. It's Emsolation Extra.
Haven't subscribed to Emsolation Extra yet? Here's what you've missed out on this week.
You are in for a total and utter treat. It's really nice to be able to sit across from someone who has genuinely made a difference in your life, look them in the eye, cry, grab them by the knee and say thank you. And I was able to do that with today's guest. I speak of course, the wonderful Kaz Cook. Why is it we consider it old lady business, and why is there this kind of weird shame around Julia Morris? I had her on a few weeks ago. She's a dear friend of mine. And she was the same. She kept it a secret. She white-knuckled it. She did no hormone.
Right.
She did nothing with the hormones, no progesterone. She just fucking like grit her teeth and went through it. And she said, because I didn't know, but we're also in the entertainment industry afraid to talk about aging, afraid to talk about perhaps being past our use-by date.
I have no doubt that there are women who are peri or full menopause
totally.
who will not share my book on social media because they don't want to be seen.
Totally.
As in the gang.
Oh, the messages I got from well-known women.
Don't talk about that.
No, they said, you're so brave. I'm like, am I? Am I? I am a real Anzac.
Yes, let's talk to the Ukrainians, shall we, about how brave you are.
But it's like, how can I not talk about this? This is dominating my every cell.
Well, I think it's changing. I think more people are going to talk about it. But I think it's also because it's about periods. It's about, one of the sections in the book is called, and I'm pretty confident that there has never been a section in a book before called Mysteriously Irritable Vulva.
I'm calling my band that. That's the name of my next band. Get ready, backing band.
When we were younger, we should have been in a band called Premenstrual as Anything, and I did a cartoon about that, but you're absolutely right. We need to update that. So it is because it's about periods, which still there is this social, that's yucky kind of idea rather than just being
it is
a
what it is.
completely normal thing that most women and many non-binary and other people go through. So it's just so interesting to see that, but instead of us all just talking and sharing and going and getting all the medical and other information, which is what I tried to do, we are now standing in front of a fire hose, squirting a tsunami of wellness and other products at it.
The natural therapist.
Because women want to do it secretly too. They want to look it up online and go, what can
the shame cycle continues
yes,
though.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
We've got to stop it.
And all those people pay for their information to be higher up in the search results. And that's why I wanted the book.
I love that section.
Yeah, it says here's where the good information is, because otherwise if you just Google, it's
cashing in on women's shame and desperation.
And the lies that people, and the sort of not quite a lie, but this will support
what does that even
your
mean?
Hormones. Pardon? What? I don't need scaffolding.
Yeah, well, I hold its hand, give it a tissue when it cries. What do you mean support?
For all of that and so much more, subscribe now at emsolation.supercast.com.
It's Emsolation Extra.
M. Russiano and Michael Lucas. This is Emsolation.
Look, there's a few little pop culture stories that are just like little touch-ons. First of all, I just want to say a big fuck you to Joe Jonas. What a and
it's a measured analysis.
I also want to say
from M. Russiano.
I always knew you were a shit bloke. That's basically what I want to say. For those of you who follow me online, you know that this is so. Michael didn't know. He was very Scott Barrow on this topic. Joe Jonas was married to
Sansa
from Sophie Turner from Game of Thrones.
How long ago were they married?
4 years.
Okay.
4 years ago. But it was super creepy because he approached her when she was 13 and he was 19. So, okay, Ashton Kutcher. And they have had 2 children together quite quickly. They've split up, and when we heard they were splitting up, there was this PR wave from the Jonas camp selling the story that she likes to party and wants to go out all the time and doesn't want to be home with the children, and Joe's this amazing father.
Oh, it's what they did to Princess Diana.
Correct. Taking the kids on. He's even had to take the kids on tour with him. She's so absent. And straight away I'm sitting there reading this and like I was at home with everyone. I'm like, bullshit!
Beyonce has her children on stage.
Correct. First of all, you don't get a prize for taking your kid on tour because you're the bloke. Madonna takes 6 children on tour. Beyonce, all of her children on tour. Pink, all of her children on tour. Em Rusciano, all of her children on tour. Nobody's given me flowers. No one's sending out PR messages saying, oh, what an amazing parent. He's just doing his job because she's filming Joan in Spain at the moment, right? So it's easier to take kids on tour than have them on a film set. Let's just settle that one first of all. Secondly, this idea that, you know, she's out partying all the time and, you know, you're the guy staying home drinking cups of tea. You're fucking Joe Jonas. Taylor Swift told us how dodgy you are. There's a whole album dedicated to you. And I like to think about Sansa Stark sitting back with a cup, with a fishbowl full of red wine, just listening to the songs dissing her ex, written specifically for her ex by Taylor Swift.
That would be a beautiful thing for anyone that breaks up with someone that Taylor Swift has also broken up with. How brilliant. Like
So
John
good.
Mayer, Jake Gyllenhaal. Like if you've broken up with them, you've really got an album to listen to, haven't you?
In my mind, she texted Taylor, just like, girl, full stop.
Yeah.
Like track 6, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Verse 2, track 7, he did that.
I want the masters of the Taylor's version and I want them loud.
So that was just a little quick
Can I
thing.
just say, that was so impassioned. And to that actress, Sansa Stark, if you do need a defence lawyer, what she lacks in legal qualifications, she has in showmanship.
I'll just get up and I'll just point at Joe and be like, look at this little short man, this little disgusting, look at him. Look at this guy. You really believe what he's saying? I saw a hilarious...
The prosecution rises. You, Joe Jonas,
Pretty much. I rest my case, Your Honour. Look at him. I bring into evidence the lyric sheet from Taylor Swift. I shall read verbatim what Miss Swift has written about the defendant. He's not the defendant. He is in our eyes. When I saw a funny meme where it said he's divorcing her because she kept putting coffee cups on the top shelf. There was Nicole Kidman and Tom Cruise vibes about those two, I just want to say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Tall redhead, short.
Yeah.
Lacking brunette man. So that was one of the things that really caught my attention. So, yeah, I just want to say to Sophie Turner, girl, I see you. I'm on your side.
That's clear.
I'm very passionate. The other pop culture story that I've lost sleep over is Britney Spears.
Is it the jet lag or is it Britney Spears'
Both.
current relationship
When
twists?
I'm waking up at 4 a.m, I am obviously online.
When you wake up, you have a vision of a girl spinning on a slate tile floor.
The whirling dervish, the sexy whirling dervish bikini white boot scenario is getting hectic. I don't know if she ever stands still. Is she just spinning all the time? Like, is she just in constant spin? I just feel like anywhere she goes, she's just spinning.
Yeah.
I'm very concerned. But it's not the sexy whirling dervish white boot scenario that concerns me most. It's her new boyfriend. And I mean, there's no red flags here. I'm just going to talk. I'm just going to give you.
Okay. I don't know anything about this, so give me the headlines.
No red flags.
Okay.
Like, if I came to you with this information about my new beau.
Give me his qualifications.
His name is Paul Richard Solers.
That's okay.
He has described Britney as a phenomenal woman.
Yeah,
and
great.
A great person.
Yeah.
He is her housekeeper.
Okay. I mean, you did enjoy Lady Chatterley's Love. Was that a housekeeper or a groundsman?
Gameskeeper.
Gameskeeper.
He looked after the birds.
Okay.
He's looking after the bird.
Yeah.
He appeared in court for a probation violation related to a 2019 firearms incident.
Okay.
So he likes
guns. Right. Well, it's America. That's their culture.
Paul has mentioned that Britney has been supportive of his legal and child custody issues.
Okay. We all come with baggage.
One child has currently been taken off him and is in a 5150 hold. The mother of his children has passed away. Paul is otherwise unemployed.
Okay. Well, he's busy cleaning a house. I bet you it's a big house.
Sure. Yep. So a 5150 is when there's a mental health crisis and they're on a 72-hour psychiatric hospitalisation. One of his children is
okay.
Yep. Good. And yep. So nothing to worry about in that situation.
No.
At all. Nah, good. So Britney announced she wanted to have her favourite spaghetti So she got on a plane and got her favourite spaghetti in Italy.
Is this a real story?
Yes.
Hang on. She flew to Italy.
To eat
spaghetti.
meatballs and spaghetti.
And then flew back?
Yep.
The poor planet.
And Paul picked her up on the runway in his cleaning truck. Nah, it's all good. No, I feel good.
Oh, so he has a small cleaning business with a truck and everything like that?
I don't know. There was no branding. It was just like a truck that had cleaning shit in it. And he was waiting for her on the runway.
Is he still her cleaner now that they've commenced the relationship?
Says that
no. They've had to
former housekeeper. Where are her fucking friends? Where are the people saying to her, girl, she has the worst taste in men?
You know what? We need to turn to those icons that were at her wedding. It's one thing to stand there all in a line singing Vogue, but come on. Where are they? All get together. Paris Hilton, Drew Barrymore, Madonna. Who else was there? Who else?
Selena Gomez?
Probably.
Oh, my God. Did you see Drew Barrymore's cross the picket line? And they're calling her a scab.
Her show's coming back. Yes, I did see that.
And she's claiming it's coming back because it's news, but it's not. It uses Guild writers.
Yeah.
And she did this whole impassioned, no, but we deliver news to people and Good Morning America is allowed to go on air because they're a news program. And then all these writers will come forward and go, scab, you're a scab. Yeah. Drew Barrymore, bad move.
Yeah.
Weird move. Don't you think?
Weird move. Normally, she's a very progressive, on the right side of history person.
And the president's collapsed. Everyone hates Fran now. Fran is out.
This is just like so much pop culture news coming at me.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. But I just want to say to Britney, girl, if someone is on a probable violation related to firearms, I just think maybe swipe right.
Yeah. Do you think she's on Tinder?
I just think spin out of the room, spin into somewhere else. That was my concern. That's all I wanted to say about Britney.
But also, congratulations on your new relationship, and we'll look forward to seeing how it plays out on social media.
I'm really concerned. You know the other
Her
thing?
memoir's coming out.
When?
Soon, right?
Oh my God! Wait a minute. Why can I never find the live Google? Where is it? Oh, there it is.
Isn't it The Woman in Me?
Spears biography.
Coming the 24th of October, of course.
Marcella's
Perfect for the Christmas season. Competing with Barbara's, though.
Do you think she's frantically rewriting it in blood? Fucking Sam.
Well, I wonder about that.
Rewrites.
I bet you, given the timing when it came out, it crescendoed at the happy ending that was the wedding.
I hope there's new chapters that are just written. I imagine she's writing them as she spins.
I hope so.
Like the burn book, from, Mean Girls.
This girl is the nastiest skank bitch I've ever met.
I hope so. Oh, God, I hope there's some add-ins. I'm still praying for the audiobook.
With full emojis.
Don't worry. I will read the audiobook as Britney if she doesn't do it.
I'm sure everyone will be relieved at that.
All right.
You don't mean that. You mean you'll read it as Malin from Steel Magnolias.
Or for those of you who are Adventure Time fans, as what's the name of the elephant?
Aw, tree trunks.
Now come on over. I baked y'all an apple pie.
I don't know.
Apple pie.
Or a bit Dolly Parton.
Oh, a bit Dolly Parton. Before I go, I just want to let everyone know that there is now a international shortage on my estrogen patches. So remember when Elaine on Seinfeld ran out of sponges?
Yeah, do you have any Today sponges? I know they're off the market, but
Actually, we have a case left.
A case?
Do you remember?
Yeah.
And someone had to be sponge-worthy?
Yeah.
I'm down to that with fucking patches.
I mean, I would like to ensure that you are well patched,
Well, I'm gonna
particularly when it comes to the recording days.
Oh, yeah. I know. There's 3 days left of this patch of the juice. I'm going to be like wringing it out into my mouth like I'm in the desert. I'm going to be like squeezing it out.
But also, isn't the cruelty that they just got
started.
you adapted to it?
Yeah. And now they're telling me I might have to rub a cream on every day. Oh, and then I have to wait for it to dry and I'll forget and I'll think it's my retinol and I'll put it on my face and I'll have estrogen face and I just don't do it. I don't know. The creams are shit. I whack the patch on and off we go. And I feel like a bit like an 80s smoker, like Selma. Like Patty and Selma.
Yeah, it does feel right. You are much more a patch person than a cream person, and I can't explain why, but it just feels right because you just want to slap and go.
That's it. So, God, I'm on my last one, and I've got 3 days left of the juices. So I'm on a mission. If you see me driving around looking like it's psychotic, if you see me just yelling in chemist warehouses around Victoria, you'll know why. All right, well, that's it. Next week we're going to be announcing something really exciting. I don't want to say what, but we're going to be announcing our...
This is why she's a show business professional.
So everyone get ready
She
for
knows
that.
how to build suspense and questioning.
Get ready for that announcement. What could it be? I don't know. Could be anything. What could my announcement be? I don't know. The suspense. Oh, my God. I'm announcing something massive. It's going to be life-changing and huge. What could it be? I don't know. We'll have to wait to find out next week.
We will have to. We don't know some details. The theatre. If there's other...
Yes.
We don't know what we're wearing.
We don't. That's true.
That's true.
That's true.
And also, you're not going to find out next week. So.
No. Stay tuned for costuming decisions. All right. Bye.
Bye.
This is Emsolation.
All right, gang, that's it. We're out. Stand by for our mystery announcement next week. What could it be? Who could say? I don't know. I do not know. But make sure you're ready for it because it'll sell out really quickly. Thank God I'm so ready to be on stage. Even if it's just me crying, whatever. Thank you so much for being here. Have a wonderful weekend or week ahead, depending on when you're listening. And look, we'll catch up soon. Subscribe to Emsolation Extra. Oh, just do it. I'm so sick of trying to force that on people. Oh, my God. I lost the plot. Subscribe. Our rent's going up at the studio. You don't need to know that, but it is. So it is what it is. This is as bad as I'm going to have to do another outro, Ben. I'm going to have to do another outro. James is laughing. This is not good. I'm not focused. All right, I'm going. Have a seat. Bye, guys. Bye. Bye, everyone. Don't say guys. It's exclusionary. Bye, team. Bye, ladies, men's, and gentle thems. Yes. Okay, I don't say play the music now, do I? Nah, Ben's voice comes now. Thank God. Insert Ben. Okay.
Like what you heard and want more? Emsolation is a totally independent, neurodivergent, female-led podcast, which you can help support by subscribing to Emsolation Extra. Get exclusive bonus episodes every Tuesday, question time with Em and Michael, pre-show meetings, videos of the podcast recording, pre-sale access to live events and discount merch, a weekly newsletter, and so much more. Help us by subscribing now or gift a subscription to someone you love at emsolation.supercast.com or get the link via Emsolation socials. Emsolation with Em Rossiano is recorded at Down the Hill Studios, hosted by Em Rossiano with Michael Lucas, executive produced by Benjamin Wasley, produced by Em Rossiano, edited by Ezekiel Fenn, socials by Em Rossiano, Benjamin Wasley and Marcella Rossiano Barrow, with assistance from Jem Evans and Georgia Watts, with videos by James Henderson. Follow us on Instagram at Emsolation Podcast and join other Emsolators at the Emsolation Group on Facebook. The answer is Harry Styles. Please take the time to share this podcast with a friend. Give us a 5-star rating and make sure you're following us on whatever podcast app you use by hitting the follow button. Thanks for listening, and we can't wait to chat with you again soon.